Right, so welcome back, everyone. That's right, we're back with the podcast for you people, nice and live. Your boy T4 is back. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for joining us over on the live stream over at YouTube, Twitch, and Smashcast. We got only shout outs to make over at the guys for some weird reason. It's not showing me the guys over at YouTube at the moment, but I know there's people there. But we've got to do a shout out for the electric skateboard. That's right, the boy has joined us over at twitch.tv. Thank you very much for joining us. Round of applause for you for joining us over at twitch.tv. Over at youtube.com, we got the infamous The Devil's Lair. That's right, boy smashes in the first comment, the first like, and the first view. Welcome. Also, we got the infamous Brian Lloyd up in the joint, and not forgetting Crazy Gaming Girl as well over at youtube.com. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us over there. As always, it's awesome to see everybody on today's podcast. Obviously, before we can begin, we've got to do a massive shout out to the sponsors. Obviously, a big shout out goes out to the guys over at Cinch Gaming, CD Keys, and not forgetting the infamous Razor.com. And not forgetting the T4 Army merch. That's right, it's going on sale next week. So be sure to check out the new merchandise that's dropping before that sale. It'll be dropping, I think, a day before or maybe on the day itself. But it'll be running for about 3 days or 4 days. So grab it while it's going to be there. Also, not forgetting G2A.com over at twitch.tv, keeping it lit, keeping it live for your boy T4 and the T4 Army. And not forgetting G4G and Streamlabs, keeping those goddamn donations flowing in nice and smoothly. Before we begin, I've got to say a few shout outs to a few people. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, we had Tara K is recovering from a major operation. So hopefully you guys we'll keep sending your prayers towards her because she needs as many as she can get. So hopefully Tara will make a smooth and fast recovery from the operation that she's had. And not forgetting as well to do a big shout out to Crazy Holes as she's going through some difficult times as well. And obviously we hope that she will make her way through and use the T4 Army's support to get better and more stronger. Also, this week we don't have that many guests. We've only got one little boy who wants to who wants to be a guest on this week's podcast. Obviously, there's all you guys who are watching us live, who are free to comment as we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast and Smashcast. We have got with us today a young man. He is known as the burp sensation himself. That's right. It's none other than Drake, the salty rage critter boy. Welcome, Drake. Welcome to the podcast. How are you today, dude? You can talk, Drake. And we can't hear your voice. Why can't we hear your voice, Drake? Any ideas? Try it again. Do it again.
Yo, yo, yo!
Yep, there we go. So that's young Drake. He's joining us over on Discord as always. Thank you very much for joining us today as the only live guest who's going to be rolling with us on today's podcast. We've got some interesting topics to get through on today's podcast. We've got some major topics. Obviously, I always pick 4 dedicated sort of things that are going down in the world of YouTube, Twitch, and the general media. Things that have kind of interested me, things that I'm like, I wonder if everybody else is thinking about this. So if you guys want to drop your comments live as we are doing the podcast, please be sure to drop them down below. We'll love to shout you guys out and get your comments across so everybody gets an idea of what we're all thinking about the different topics. So we'll kick off. We'll kick off with the first one. The first one is a little bit of a good news. Some people will say it's good news. Some people say it's bad news. I'm going to refer to it as good news. And that is, if you don't know the infamous PewDiePie, he's the guy with the most amount of subscribers ever to subscribe to a YouTube channel on the face of YouTube. I think he's currently sitting at 62 million I think it's more than that. I think it's
Sixty-two
more. Is it?
million 530,745.
Okay, so 62 million subscribers. That's right. So the boy himself has decided that he's gonna make some changes, and the changes he decided to make was to engage to Marzia. Now, obviously, him and Marzia have been together for I think about 5 or 6 years. So they've been boyfriend and girlfriend for that time. But he finally broke the chain and decided to delve into the life of, I guess, me, by actually proposing to Marzia to get engaged. So a little break story is Felix Kilberg, known to most as YouTube's megastar PewDiePie, is engaged to long-term love Marzia Bisognini. I don't know if I said that right. She's Italian. The duo both posted the same photo on their social media sites today to announce the happy news. While Marzia announced it's with a simple, Felix proposed, her hubby to be went with slightly more unsure. She said she'd think about it. So they have finally decided to cross ties and make things happen. These are some of the pictures from PewDiePie's vlog. Which he did while they were in Japan. The proposal is presumed to have taken place during their trip to Japan, which has been heavily documented on Instagram pages, particularly Marzia's. Marzia and Felix have been together for the past 7 years. Wow, Felix has been doing YouTube for 10, with fans estimating they began to date in late 2011. PewDiePie's channel is one of the most successful vlog channels on YouTube, though it's not a vlog channel, with 62 million people
Clickbait.
signing up to follow his life and game playthrough online. So really the question I've got to pass off to you is, it's always nice. It's always nice to have nice news to talk to you guys about, because excuse me, there's nothing worse than just talking about all the evil and all the negative in the world. It's nice to see a bearded man propose to a non-bearded woman. So for me personally, for me and the Tifa Army, I want to say a massive congratulations to Felix Kelberg, aka PewDiePie, on his little romance. Hopefully, it will blossom, it will get better, and things will just be constantly growing between him and Marzia. And the question I really want to pass off to you guys is, how do you guys feel about it? Was it expected? Was it going to happen either way? Did you kind of think like, oh, they're going to get engaged? It's just a matter of time, or is it more on the sense of, it's a shocker? Why did she do it? How did she do it? How did she bring herself to actually allowing this Swedish man to sweep her off her feet? So the question I've got to pass off to Mr. Drake is, Drake,
What?
was you expecting PewDiePie to propose to Marzia, or do you think it
I
was
actually
something very
thought
shocking?
he would, because they've been vlogging for a little while now. And
Mm.
yeah, so I was actually searching through his channel, saying exactly how long they have.
Yeah. I mean, do you think it's the right time? Because Felix is literally like a mega star on YouTube.
For I am thinking that it's actually a kind of bad thing, actually, that she is, because she's technically being a gold digger, because he's the most popular YouTube. So she has the most money technically in the world. So
so
that's
so
another
you
reason why.
think, okay? So you think that Marzia is being a gold digger? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And why do you think that? What makes you say that?
Well, PewDiePie is dating the most. Well, Marzia, whatever her name is, she's dating the most popular channel YouTube channel person in the world, which technically
Mm.
means that she's kind of being a gold digger and also I don't know how to explain it, but she kind of is.
I mean, the thing is, it's a bit harsh saying that she's being a gold digger just because she's. I mean, she's been. It's not like she's been not been dating him for. I mean, there's been a lot of this kind of controversy with Marzia and PewDiePie because PewDiePie's got is so big, and a lot of people have said that Marzia is only as big as she is because of who she's going out with, which is fair enough. I mean, if PewDiePie shouted me out tomorrow, I would be massive the next day. I would have at least 1 million subscribers because people would have found the channel finally. So I guess anybody who
Actually,
gets
you would have over 10 million subscribers. Actually, trust me.
okay, 10 million then. But the thing is, either way, I mean, I think anybody could say that Marzia is. I think after being with him for so long, like 7 years, if she was a gold digger, I mean, by now surely it would have come out. Don't you think, Drake?
What?
Don't you think, like by now it would have come out if she was a gold digger?
What would have come out? What would come out?
Like if Marzia was an actual gold digger, it would have come out like it would have already come out. Like people would have found out about it already.
People would have kind of, but kinda.
Like she doesn't show like she's a gold digger, does she? She doesn't like behave like a gold digger.
Yeah, but
She doesn't ask him for anything.
she might spend his money just like boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm gonna buy this new Lamborghini. I'm gonna buy this da 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 da.
Yeah, but PewDiePie hasn't bought a Lamborghini. He's one of the only YouTubers that I know that hasn't sort of chinged his money. He hasn't actually flaunt his money. He only buys things that he actually needs or want or likes. He doesn't really spend much of his earnings on lavish things. So obviously if that was the case, then surely he would have a fleet of
Yeah,
sports cars by now.
he spent his money kind of wisely and stuff like that.
So
But
then obviously they say if behind every man is a good woman, and surely she must be a good woman if he hasn't spent all his money on absolute shit. Wouldn't you say?
your mic on Discord is actually kind of lagging.
My mic is lagging on Discord. This is not good.
Kinda.
It can't be lagging. It's constantly on. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you sometimes, but sometimes it just kind of cuts out.
Okay, what about now? You can hear me now, surely.
Now it's echoing.
Yeah, I know it's echoing, but they can't hear the echo. Only you can. But at least you can hear me, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna do this, okay? I'm gonna mute one of you.
Yeah, mute the Tamim25 one.
The what?
Mute the one that says Tamim25.
Alright, there we
Worst
go.
guest. Okay, right. You can hear me clearly now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if she was a gold digger, she would have made him spend his money in the most horrendous ways, don't you think?
Yeah, like say this, okay? So a gold digger would technically want what kind of more expensive dishes. So say this, okay? PewDiePie is sometimes does not have the most expensive dishes. You see, my mom a little bit ago, she bought cups that were kind of expensive. She's not dating anyone though, right? So now Maria, whatever her name is, she would spend a little bit more than her budget sometimes.
Yeah, but how do you know what her budget is?
What?
How do you know what her budget is?
My mom's?
No, Marzia's.
I don't know, but PewDiePie gets paid 15 cents for every view, I think, or like. So then that
So
means so say 48 million people view the 1 minute. I'm gonna go on my calculator, then I'm gonna calculate
no,
that.
forget that. Forget that. We don't need the factual results. All I'm gonna say is that she also has her own YouTube channel, right?
Yes, I think. What
So
is
she must
How do
so
you
she
get
must she must get views on her own channel.
Yeah. So she gets
So
more
then
money also.
so she's got money herself. So
Yeah.
maybe maybe the gold digger you're making her out to be isn't the case. Do you think?
Oh. Oh, 48 million divided by
Oh my god,
zero decimal
he's actually
15.
working out costs. Yeah.
Is
Anyway,
divided
while you
by
work that out, I'm gonna read a couple of comments. That's right, we got comments over at YouTube.com. Thank the Lord. We have got Crazy Gaming Girl jumping in with. To be honest, it was to be expected. Watched partially some of the vlog, and he quoted that it was more of waiting for the right time and for the right moment. All I say is good luck to them. Congrats.
32 million. That's how much
Also, gay.
that's how much PewDiePie will get 32 million from 15% of every single view. So then like he will get 30, so say if he gets 32 million, 42 8 million views, he will get 32 million dollars technically. That's what I got.
Okay, perfect. Both parents were happy, and that's all that matters. It's their business. Let them do what they want. Let them build towards their future together. And I think I'm on the same stance as Crazy Gamer Girl. I think it's great, and I think it was expected, and I think a lot of people are sort of happy for them both because a lot of the times these things never seem to work out, as you might see from like people like Alyssa Violet, Jake Paul's relationships, Logan Paul's relationships never seem to
Honestly,
go as it's
say this,
supposed to.
okay? On an average basis, well, on a little basis, I don't know how to explain it, but like my mom, she gets a lot of money per month, and she buys at least $1,000 worth of groceries a month, which is a lot because
Yeah.
there's 4 people in my house and
Mm.
everything. So yeah,
Okay.
that's how much my mom buys, and like that's a lot for me. For like
Okay.
that's because she needs it to last for a whole month, and she needs to make a meal every single day and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you realize we're not talking? We're talking about PewDiePie and Marzia getting engaged, right?
I know that. Whoops.
Okay, I'm just saying because you just started talking about your mum and how much groceries she buys from the store. It doesn't
And
really have
also
any
on
correlation.
candy, like 500. I'm kidding.
Right. So yeah, I think it was expected, and I think definitely I wish them the best for the future, and hopefully they will make it out the other side. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave the topic. I mean, if you guys have got anything else you want to add to this conversation, please drop it down below in the comments section. We will read them out if they are relevant to the topic that we're talking about or discussing within the podcast today. We're gonna move on swiftly. Whether you watch, and also, I just have to mention whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us on playback, you can still drop those comments. We will be sure to read them out. Moving on from Mr. PewDiePie, we have got more Fortnite news. That's right, the infamous game Fortnite has made over $223 million in revenue for March of 2018. That's right. In March alone, this game made $223 million. Now, bearing in mind, okay, people, bearing in mind, this game is free. Okay, it's free to download, it's free to play. Yet they
That's
are
a lot of
rolling
money
in
for
the
just people
dough.
buying stuff. That's a lot of
They
money.
are rolling in the money with the goddamn microtransactions. Those things have become the money maker for every company, it looks like. This year, we're going to see a lot of new games coming out. A lot of new games are going to have this microtransactions in them. And it seems like game companies have realized that that's the best way to make money from people. Looks like they've made a good few pennies. I know. Tell me about it. This story comes from Game Rant, and this was written by Jacob Bucake. Roughly about 2 weeks ago. Right now, saying Fortnite is popular is on about the same level as saying water is wet. Even those with no more than a passing connection to video games know that Fortnite is a big deal. The game has been at the top of Twitch and YouTube for months now and hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. What most might not be aware of is exactly how much money Fortnite's popularity translates into. Put bluntly, it's a ton of money. Just over 2 metric tons for those who want to get technical. Fortnite generated around $223 million in revenue for March. It was impressive when the game's mobile port hit about $1.8 million in daily revenue. But this works out to an average, even grander, $7.19 million per day when all platforms are taken into account. A day! My god, it's a staggering amount of growth, which, according to Super Data, can be partially attributed to the game's new Battle Pass, John Wick skin, and what amounts to an endorsement from Drake. That's right. So, if you guys don't know, Fortnite is a pretty big game. It's making waves everywhere. It's being shown, and it looks like there's no way of it slowing down. Fortnite is currently free to play on PC, iOS, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One. It's soon to be joined over on Android. They're still working out a few bugs over there, but I'm sure very, very soon it's going to be coming over to an Android near you. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But the real question is, this is insane. Okay, the real question is, this is insane. The amount of money this game is making is way more than other games of this genre. Okay, I'm talking about games that are shoot 'em ups that require people to shoot somebody, kill somebody, so on and so forth. So the fact that it's able to do such damage with so little influence, in terms of it doesn't have much, no one's put much money in the game, in the sense of it's not like you have to buy the game physically. It's free for everyone to play, and you could just download it and play it straight away. But yet all those small little things, the skins and all the rest of it, people are paying for it through the nose, like left, right, and center. So really the question I want to pass off to you guys is there any other game that could make Fortnite look like it was baby steps? Or is Fortnite just
PUBG.
paving the way for everything else?
PUBG.
So obviously I've got Mr. Drake with me today on the podcast as a guest. And we'll pass the question off to Drake to begin with, as he is the live guest. So Drake, what's your personal takeaway from learning about Fortnite's massive growth in terms of making money,
I think
considering it's
PUBG
a
is
free
better.
game?
I think PUBG will make more money.
But this has not been the case. PUBG is losing millions every single day that it's not on the PS4.
Oh,
You don't know that?
no.
I mean, PUBG, last time I checked, was downloaded 20,000 times daily, and Fortnite is being downloaded at a rate of 200,000 times daily.
Oh my god. Can I get Fortnite on my phone? Oh wait, I can't because it won't let me.
If you've got iOS, you can, but if you've got Android, you can't.
I got
Crazy
a
Gaming Girl dropped a
I
little.
got a
Okay, one
Motorola
second.
2nd gen.
Okay, yeah, you can't get it on there. Right, Crazy Gaming Girl dropped a little comment. Jeez, that's a lot. Seen Fortnite being advertised all over Instagram with adverts. Seen it being chatted about on chat shows, on TV here in USA. So of course it's going to be big in the industry. Brian Lloyd also put, looks like they've made a good few pennies. It is very interesting how much money this game is making. I mean, the thing is, I don't even remember of a game grossing this kind of return that was free for people to play and download. And they haven't put a limit. I mean, apparently this game is still in beta mode. Apparently, it's beta testing. It's pre-release or some shit they've called it. So I'm just like, they could just keep the format as it is, and they'll just keep making the money. I mean, the train's just left the station and it's just flying at 1,000,000 miles per hour. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Drake, is there anything additional you want to add to this story of Fortnite?
I don't know exactly, but I think Fortnite is also a kind of rip off for like you had to buy V-Bucks and everything. Like there's is there a way for Fortnite you're able to like earn V-Bucks?
Yeah, you can earn V-Bucks as you complete certain, you get certain stages. Like I got free 100 V-Bucks for free. It's not a lot, but it was for
Yeah, but
free.
like it's kind of a rip off because they should give you like a little bit more. Cause yeah, like
Yeah,
literally.
but I mean, the thing is, the game's free in the first place. Surely that's
Oh
good enough.
yeah, I know that, but it's not fair that people don't get that much V-Bucks each time because they will have to save up for months, and years to just buy
Yeah, but what you
one
got
character or just
Yeah, but
level
what
up.
you got to bear in mind, Drake, is that the characters and the skins and all that stuff, it doesn't give another character more advantage over anybody else.
Well, it makes you look nicer. Like
It just makes you look nice.
the
That's
stone one,
that's
right? The
all it does.
stone
It just
one.
makes you look cool. It just
Well,
like
the
if you buy,
stone one
like
actually
in
helps you.
GTA. Yeah, but no, it doesn't. Like in GTA, when you buy a car and then you modify it and then you make it like a faster version than the stock version. Now that is different because you're gaining an advantage. So, but in Fortnite, whether you
Well,
have the
you are
noob
getting an
character,
advantage with the stone person though, because like you can hide in between rocks and stuff like that, and like without people noticing that you're even there.
yeah, but it's not really. Yeah, but you're gonna notice them. They're not. It's not really stone. You can
Well,
tell.
sometimes they won't notice you. Like if are you able to lay down in Fortnite? Like actually make your character lay
No, you
down?
can't. No, you can't lay down.
Somehow you can get your character hidden somewhere. Like it was like in something mine or something like that. It's like barely any people go there and stuff like that, and like you could hide some places, and sometimes it could be good.
Yeah, but it's very hard to hide in that game. Crazy Gamer Girl
Yeah.
95 also put in the comment section, when you publicize a free game, people will just jump to it because it's free and will do anything to keep the game going swiftly and will buy any other things for the game to keep going so it don't die. I mean, the thing is, this was the same thing that happened with PUBG, but the problem with PUBG is they restricted the game to PC, Xbox, and your phone. And I'm thinking maybe now they made a mistake. They should have released it on the biggest platform. I mean, Epic Games, they didn't waste any time and made sure that the game was developed first and foremost for PC, and then they made sure it came straight out on the PS4. They didn't fuck around like PUBG dictating like, "Oh no, we're gonna let it only come out on this platform or that platform." And I think they've missed out. They've missed the train because of their stinginess. And I think this is where we can see like Epic Games have definitely come out on top on making this game released on all platforms. Brian Lloyd also added, that's how games get you. They make them free and get you hooked. Then you have to throw your money at them through addiction. So Fortnite, maybe Fortnite is an addiction. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's becoming an addiction for people. Another thing Brian added was another free game with microtransactions. Candy Crush Saga has made millions with the same method. Very, very true. You know what? I was addicted to Candy Crush for absolutely ages until I realized that it's pretty repetitive. So so I've stopped playing it. And I think this is what might happen with Fortnite. If they don't keep it fresh, and if they don't expand, I'm sure they are developing new ways to make the game more interesting for people, because it will. I mean, right now we've got the Thanos game mode. in on the Battle Royale mode. It's a new game mode, and it's amazing. If you guys didn't check out the live stream yesterday that I did on that, it was insane. I mean, literally, I was excited. I was shaking. I was vibrating in my chair. I mean, literally, I came to life when playing that game yesterday. And I was worried a little while ago. I mean, just before season 4 came out, when season 3 was finishing, I was worried that it was getting a bit boring and it was getting a bit stale and a bit repetitive. But yesterday proved that, with just a little bit of tweaking from Epic Games, they made the game fun again. Brian also added PUBG is coming to PS4. They just are waiting for the Xbox timed exclusively deal to expire. And again, Brian, I mean, adding to that, great comment, is it's stupid. It's so dumb of them to tie themselves to a console that is dying. Xbox is not alive; it's dying, and for them to attach themselves to, I know why. I know why they went with Xbox rather than PlayStation, because PlayStation demand way more in terms of revenue returns compared to Xbox, and I know that's why they went over there rather than coming over here. Right, moving on swiftly. We're getting to the end here. We've got 2 more stories for you. Right. So this next story is very, very interesting. Before we move on, if you guys want to drop a comment on the previous story, please drop it down below. Whether you're watching us live, whether you're watching us on playback, please drop us those beautiful comments. I love to read them, even if it's after the stream has finished. Anyway, moving on. We got the next story. The next story is interestingly stupid. This is the douchebag of the week, everybody. That's right. So basically, I've been hunting and looking and trying to find a story which I can name the dumbest story of the week. And this, by far, is the stupidest thing that has ever happened in the world of IRL live streamers. That's right. So this streamer gets in a massive car accident while holding his cell phone. Warning, disturbing footage. We're still waiting details of this tragic accident that YouTuber streamer Lame Duck G was a part of this afternoon while live on the channel. Lame Duck G's fate is currently uncertain, but our thoughts are with him. Early reports indicate the accident may have been fatal. Just to quickly dumb down on that, Lame Duck G is perfectly fine. He's recovering in hospital. He was in a severe condition, but he is now stable and he's no longer deemed as critical. So yeah, and this guy is not very big. He's actually quite a small IRL streamer. And before I talk about this story, I've got a video to play for you of the whole incident. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and get ready to see stupid at its maximum level. That's right. Let's play this for you guys.
Something. I'll stop there and get some food. Let's see what's around here, guys. Now I got the day free, so there's no really any rush to go home. But I'm driving in that area. Thank God I'm off the dirt. Oh God!
Why did it just get so quiet?
Because I just played a video.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if you're watching the live stream, you'd hear the audio. Yeah, so that's basically the breakdown of the video of the stupidness. So basically, this idiot decided to drive his goddamn car straight and crash. I can't tell you how dumb this is. I mean, they tell you not to drink and drive, don't smoke and drive, don't eat and drive, don't do weed and drive. Okay, why the hell would they?
Drugs and drive.
You're not even allowed. You're not even allowed to use your cell phone while driving, like to make a call, or whatever.
It causes
this dickhead
crashes,
is filming himself. He's actually filming himself while I in IRL live stream, which is in real life streaming on Twitch. If you guys don't know what that is, and he has a car accident, and literally everyone's on the stream like your stream's stuck. It's not stuck. Dude just had a fucking accident. He just lost control and just got sideswiped by a goddamn semi. That's right. That's what happened. So basically, he ended up in hospital. He was deemed critical, but then became stable. And he even posted an image of himself. He took a picture of himself in the hospital bed saying, "Thumbs up, I'm fine." But the thing is, I mean, the story's gained loads of traction, and now his channel is actually doing really well because of it. But the thing, it's just information I just want to get out is, if you do an IRL stream, or even if you're streaming, or even if you're just recording a video, don't hold the camera while you're driving a vehicle. Okay, a vehicle is meant to transport you from one place to another place. As soon as you make it something else, you make it a weapon. You turn that vehicle into a weapon, because if you lose control, people get hurt and people might die. So I beg all of those stupid people out there who still use their phone while driving, stop using your phone. T4 Army and Tamir 25 condone all those people who are still using their cell phones while behind a vehicle. Don't swear in the car. well done, James, for picking up on the only thing you saw in the car was the swearing. So really the question I've got to pass off to you guys is, what do you guys think? I mean, is he the douchebag of the day? Is it an honest mistake? Or is it something which should have been easily avoided? Has he, is common sense just gone now? So obviously Drake's with us in today's podcast. Drake, you just saw that. What do you think about this idiot who used his cell phone to film himself while live streaming?
Me?
Yeah, you
Okay.
young man.
I wasn't watching the stream. Whoops.
That's fine.
1 second, I'll be right back.
Oh, Drake's gonna quickly go and watch the stream now.
Yeah. 1 second.
Well, anyway, while Drake watches the stream, because obviously Drake, he's just joined us today, first time ever on the podcast as a guest. Please vote. Let me know what you think. Have him again? Not having him again? Is he a terrible guest? Is he an okay guest? I mean, obviously the guests are always you guys who watch the streams. Yeah, you guys can actually be a guest on the podcast. If you want to be part of the podcast, all you need to be able to do is have Discord on your phone, tablet, PC, whatever. And then all you got to do is join the T4 Army chat and drop in the comment section that you want to feature as a guest. And it's as easy as pie. So while Drake watches that accident, we got a comment dropped in from Crazy Gaming Girl. Thank God she saved me with another comment. She's got 2 points. The first point is he's dumber than dumb for using his phone while driving. And second point, I didn't even see him wearing a seatbelt. Oh, that's actually a very good point. Let's have a little. Oh no, he's got a seatbelt on. He's no, the seatbelt is on. Seatbelt is on, people. Okay, no, he's definitely wearing a seatbelt. Seatbelt was on, so we can't do for that. He was wearing the seatbelt. So to be honest, he is a bit of an idiot, so he kind of deserved it. Maybe he will learn his. Well, I'm sure he's learned his lesson. If he hasn't learned his lesson from that, holy crap, is he an idiot? Anyway, Drake's watched the video now, so he knows what we're talking about. So, Drake, is he the douchebag of the day? And do you think there can be lessons learned from this stupidity?
Yes, I think he should go to jail for something, or
Wow.
give his driver's license suspended for a little bit. Because
Really?
he caused a car crash by him either looking at the camera or just getting distracted or thinking of someone or something like that. Or just, I don't know, I'll explain it. You know what I mean by that, right, though?
Yeah. So he wasn't. So you're saying because he was behaving dangerously, because he was using his phone while live streaming,
Well, not
and
using
driving.
his phone. He was live streaming on his phone.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying that's just stupidly dangerous. It shouldn't have. He should be. He should face some sort of punishment for what he done.
Yeah.
So you think him crashing and being in critical condition isn't enough?
Well, I think when he gets ordered to the hospital, he should get his his I think he should go get his license suspended for a few months or something like that to make him learn his
Hmm.
lesson. Like he should.
That's a very interesting comment. I never thought of that. Yeah, you know. I mean, the thing is, the guy he had the accident. Fine. Yeah, he's injured himself. Yeah, he might have learnt his lesson. But I mean, Drake does make a pretty good point. I mean, should it just be that, or should he actually have his license
Should
suspended? I
go
mean,
to
what do you
court or
guys
something
think?
like that and get something worked out and like make it so we cannot have data or something like that, so we can't record like that. Cause
Or like
that
a fine or something? Yeah.
because like he will
Hmm.
get hurt and like maybe it's something that maybe if the people figure that out, he could get pulled over and arrested or something like that. Because
That's
stuff
quite
like that
interesting.
that
You're
could get
saying like
someone
maybe.
killed.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I mean, Drake's also putting the point across that maybe he should have his data taken off his phone, so then he wouldn't be able to live stream in the first place.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting point. I didn't think about that because obviously you have got you can use data in coffee shops because of the Wi-Fi that they have there. But obviously in your car, you know, your car doesn't have Wi-Fi unless it's like a very new car. And
Unless you have like Bluetooth, actually, no, Bluetooth won't work.
yeah, no, it won't work. No, but you know, that's a excuse me. That's a very interesting interesting comment. I don't know what you guys think about that. I mean, let me know
Did
in
I
the
do
comments down below.
good?
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. I mean, Crazy Gaming Girl has responded to that, saying, "Oh, he had a seatbelt on. At least he had some common sense." Seen many YouTubers not using a stand with the thing you stick on the window.
That's what she said.
They just rest their phones on the window, which will cause this problem. Okay, so
Guess what?
you
Guess
know,
what? Guess what? That's what she said.
exactly. I mean, the thing is, I think it's very interesting. I mean, whether you guys are watching us live, whether you're watching this on playback, please drop your comments down below. Let us know what you think. I mean, do you think that there should be more repercussions for this guy? Do you think he should face some sort of, like Drake saying, like some suspension time from using a car, or maybe even have some? I don't know how that would work, but maybe get the courts to ban him from being able to have data on a mobile phone. I don't know how that would work, but it's very interesting points making because obviously, if you can control certain things, then even if the person hasn't learned the hasn't learned any lessons from their mistakes, then they can't use those services to be able to do it anyway. But
Well, say this, okay? Say he loses his data. The only problem with that, if he tries to
mm,
buy more data, when he does a payment, he's not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to give the money back because he already technically bought it, but it will not allow him to use it.
yeah. Hey, what's up, Lara? Welcome to the podcast. What do you think about this little topic, Lara? This idiot driving using his cell phone to do an IRL live stream on Twitch and wrecks his car and winds up in critical condition in the
What does
hospital,
IRL
causing
mean?
an accident. What's your takeaway from it, Laura? Let us know. Let me know in the comments down below. But we're gonna
What does
move on.
IRL mean?
It means in real life streaming.
Well, I know
So
that. I know that. Just like, what is? Does it mean anything else?
no, that's what it
Like
means.
he's streaming about,
Well,
and streaming about IRL. That's what you just said. What does that mean, though? Like, what do you mean
that's
by
what it's
that?
called. IRL. That's all. That's it. That's all it's called. In real
Okay.
life. That's what it means. And then he might have his own title or whatever. Laura says very dangerous. That's right, kids and
Oh wait,
fully grown adults,
very
because it seems like
dangerous.
it seems like the
Sunshine.
adults are the one without the brain. But if you're driving, please stop using your phone. Just put it down and wait till you stop. That's all I've got to say about that. But if you guys have got anything you want to add, drop it down below in the comments as always. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the last and final story of today. That's right. We have got through the stories pretty quick today, I must admit. Drake, is there anything you wanted to add to that last story before we move on? Just in case.
I think he should die. I'm kidding.
Okay, I think Drake is gay. Why would you put that in the comments? That's
Wait,
actually
what the
Drake.
heck?
That's actually Drake. Right. So the last and final story is from the Independent, and this is about this very courageous, very amazing young lady. This woman tells the incredible story of how she used a YouTube video to carry out water birth of her own baby she doubted she even had while alone in a hotel room. Now, if that isn't
What?
power to the girls, if that isn't girl power right there, I don't know
Girl
what is.
power!
But Jesus, I mean, that is insane. Just before we move forward, Laura just puts a quick little comment saying the stupid thing is they know they shouldn't do it and they know it's dangerous, but they don't care. Very interesting comment. But anyway, this amazing person, this amazing woman, we're going to show her face in 3, 2, 1. She delivered her own baby water birth style in a hotel room by herself. Just a quick little breakdown. There's the beautiful little baby and the mom, the proud mom, and that's the clinic that she went to afterwards. Who got a picture with her? It says Tia Freeman with her son Xavier after giving birth alone in a hotel room.
The baby
and that
is
was
black.
I saw it on Twitter. Well, yeah, that's right. The baby is black. It's a black kid. What's wrong with you? It's a black mom. Right. So, quick breakdown of the story. A woman who doubted she was pregnant was forced to use YouTube videos to learn how to deliver my own baby after she went into labor alone in a Turkish hotel room. Tia Freeman was traveling from the US to Germany to go on holiday when she started suffering contractions as she landed in Istanbul for a stopover in March. The 22-year-old, who was in denial, having only been told about her pregnancy 6 months ago, 6 months into her term, assumed she had food poisoning from a meal she had eaten on the plane. It was only when she was going through customs that she realized she was going into labor. Miss Freeman, a computer specialist in the US Air Force, revealed her amazing story in Twitter threads, which has since been shared thousands of times. And this is what she shared. I'm literally gripping the railing, trying to make it through the lines. At this point, I feel like I'm about to pass out. I'm sweating. I feel like I have to vomit. I'm going through it. Then I'm like, wait a minute, bitch. You are in labor. Determined not to give birth in an airport, Miss Freeman made it to her hotel room and began searching on YouTube for the best way to deliver her baby. Wow, I mean, this was the whole story of what went down. Then she tweeted out this. So, in true millennial form, I decided to YouTube it. If no one else had my back, the internet would. So here, my ass is in my hotel room all by my lonesome, learning how to deliver my own baby. So filling a bath with warm water and grabbing 2 towels, one to bite onto and one to wrap the baby in. She began pushing once her contractions started happening every minute. She also then tweeted out, this is incredible. The story is, you could write a book about this. My contractions were already a minute apart, lol, so I was late as hell. I barely made it to my room, so I threw the towel in my mouth and started pushing, and I have never felt any pain like this in my life. I felt like I was being split open. Where was my epidural? After 5 or 6 pushes, a baby popped out and floated right on up to the top of the water. This is what she tweeted out afterwards. Was luckily it happened pretty quickly. I only had to push about 5 or 6 times before a baby popped out. Lol. Now let me tell you, babies are buoyant. That little joker said bloop and floated right on up to the top of the water.
Look what I put
After
in the chat.
checking,
Look what I put in the chat.
shut up. After checking the sex of her newly born baby, she was forced to search on Google as to how to cut an umbilical cord without any tools beyond a knife. I mean, literally, this woman. I mean, Rambo. Okay, fucking Rambo. That's what I'm saying. Okay, there's some more pictures of the little Xavier, ATA Freeman, both born March 9th, 7th. 2018 in Istanbul, Turkey. Miss my little surprise bundle of international joy. His middle name is Turkish. So his name is Xavier Turkish Freeman. Interesting. Speaking to the Independent, Mrs. Freeman said her family were left absolutely stunned. No one had a clue, she said, but they were all extremely excited. It's my parents' first grandchild, and he makes a fifth living generation on my mum's side. So as soon as I flew back, they all came to visit, bearing gifts and spoiling Xavier. And the rest is, as they say, history. So this brave young lady, okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, there's not many women in the world, I don't think, that would have gone down the route that she did. But looking at that face, you'd never think that she'd have the courage, right? But my God, did she? So the question really I want to pass off to you guys is, if you were pregnant and you were going into labor, would you pick up your phone and check on YouTube how to deliver your own baby? Or would you get your ass to the hospital? What would you do? So obviously, it's very hard to pass this question off. To Drake, because Drake's obviously a guy just like me. This is really for the ladies. The question. So Drake, I mean, the question I've got for you, really, as being the guest today, is: what do you not think women are incredible?
I think you know what, look nice. Did you know what I mean?
What?
The looks really nice.
What's
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what that. What are you talking about? Are you even listening to my question?
I put in the Discord chat right there.
Why are you even writing that for? I don't understand. Are you like so retarded? It's unreal. Do you know what the whole purpose of this show is? I don't even know why I agreed to have you as a guest today. You know that. I have no idea why I've agreed to it.
Sorry.
It makes absolutely no sense. It's ridiculous. You're the worst guest I've ever had on this fucking show. Why did I ever agree to this? I don't know. It's beyond me. I'm just gonna kick you. I'm just gonna fucking kick you. You annoyed me. You really annoyed me. Deafen and mute this piece of shit. Just gonna kick this fucker out. I'm kicking him out on the frigging podcast. That's what's happening. Getting kicked on a goddamn podcast. That's right. Welcome to my world. Let's get rid of his stupid. Get rid of that. He's so dumb, it's unreal. Let's put him over there for the minute so we don't have to listen to him talk any more rubbish. It's simple, just give an answer. Thank God to the guys on the live stream. Jesus Christ. Crazy Gaming Girl put in there, wow, she's a strong and courageous woman. Are so cute. Glad the mom and baby are doing good. Being in another country, I wouldn't know how they care is in a hospital. So maybe I would search on YouTube, to be honest. So Crazy Gamer Girl will go down the route of looking on YouTube as well. Become a millennial person. What else have we got here? No, that's not that. Laura puts down strong woman. Okay, very, very strong indeed. But I would like to first of apologize for Drake's stupidity. I don't know why I agreed to have him on the freaking podcast in the first place as a goddamn guest. It was insane for me to think it would work, but unfortunately the guests were a bit short today, so I had to find someone, and he was like, "I'll be on the podcast," and I was like, "Do you know what it's about?" Obviously has no idea, only knows me for my gaming videos, it seems. So does many other people. But I guess that's pretty much we're gonna end it today. He's right now screaming and ranting and raving as always, beating their arms and their legs, bit like this small little baby, I guess. But yeah, that's I mean, the question really, I've passed off to the girls in the podcast. But for those of you who are watching us live, or even if you're watching us afterwards and you want to kind of like get yourself involved in this kind of thing, I mean, what if you? I mean, I know, me being a guy, if my missus was going into labor, I'll probably be like, let's go to the hospital rather than watch a YouTube video. But I guess everybody's different. This is very interesting how many people can actually do things which is courageous, which is and it's a story for other people to realize that if one person could do it, a lot more people could probably do it. But I would just like to say, obviously, before we enter today's podcast, is today's pretty much of a short one. It's only an hour long, so we got through the topics pretty quickly. But I guess, unfortunately, we had to get through it in the most, I guess, I didn't want to end it like this, but it's just the way it is. We'll have more guests for you guys next Friday. And don't forget, if you guys want to jump in, if you guys want to be part of the podcast, all you got to do is head over to discord.com. You got to have Discord in order to be on the podcast as a guest. And just let me know in the comments that you want to be a guest. And when I say leave in the comments, I mean leave in the comments of the Discord chat, not on the video, because I won't. There's no way for me to add you from a video to Discord. You've got to be on Discord and say to me and let me know that you want to be part of the guest. But that's pretty much it. There's not really much else to talk about today. We have got even more for you guys on next week's podcast. We'll be back with beef between KSI and Logan Paul. We've also got a girl got hated on for wearing a Chinese dress. If you guys didn't hear about that, be sure to check that out. And also Total Biscuit. As unfortunately we got some sad news about Total Biscuit. So be sure to check us out next week. We'll be here. So be here or be square. It's going to be a very interesting one. We've also got a subject about bald heads. If you're balding or you're losing hair, join us. It's going to be an interesting one. So that's pretty much it. This is where we end today's podcast. I hope you guys will join us on next week's show. We'll be here next Friday as always, same time, same place. And also we'll be back again tomorrow now with more Fortnite. We're going to try a Fortnite Saturday live stream and see how things go. So hopefully you guys will join us on tomorrow's podcast. On tomorrow's Fortnite live stream on the PS4. We'll be here. It's going to be a late one. So be sure to join us on a late stream. But we'll be here, 2-hour stream tomorrow. As always, be here or be square. And don't forget, for those of you who are joining us next week on Friday's podcast, be sure to let me know if you're going to be here or not be here. That'd be great. But until then, guys, I guess, as always, stay safe, stay awesome, and peace.